Hey guys, happy Sunday and happy September 1st. I'm excited to start our new online sessions with you. I'll give you a little bit of time to get ready, get your paintbrushes, get your watercolor paper, your water, get everything ready, and we're going to start in about 2-3 minutes. All right.
What's going on?
It's a cardvention.
It's your travel points, dear. They're holding you back. Earn with Aeroplan and you can fly from as little as 6,000.
Got some of my fall inspired colors. So this is our inspiration today.
What's this? It's your cardvention, huh? It's your travel points.
All right. I think I'm all ready for this. Are you guys excited? So we're going to start with fall inspired mushrooms. This time, and I'm just going to also share this to some of our groups before we start.
YouTube music app, you can bump your fave songs in the background while you clean up all that mess in the foreground. Try 1 month free.
Okay, I'm ready. I hope you had a great day today. Today we're going to do a fall-inspired piece of art as we get ready for our fall online digital art classes. We have some great new things I want to tell you about. We have our online membership, which is a digital membership. It includes 5 step-by-step lesson plans, 2 video tutorials, 10 coloring sheets, a private members group, and bonuses and giveaways. We had it on sale all of August. Thank you so much for people who signed up already. We're so excited. So today, September 1st, we're going to honor this last promotion. So you get 50% off. It's $12.50 a month. You can join from anywhere in the world and draw with us and create with us, and you'll get all these cool things as well. So I'll see you in the membership. And today we're going to do the mushrooms. So you can take out your supplies. So I've got this guy, and then I've got watercolor paper, watercolor pencils, I've got some brushes, I've got some water, I've got palette, I've got some rags. I also am going to be using some, it's okay if you don't have these yet, but these are really useful. These are watercolor markers. So there's some watercolor markers. There is also, we're going to use some fine art illustrator pens. So I have a bunch here, I'll show you. Just at the very end. These are nice to use. I have 2 different kinds. So these are, it doesn't matter really what you have. They're fine art illustrator pens. So they're thin and they give you lots of nice detail. So I'll have those. And then I also have some acrylic paint. So I brought my travel kit with me today because I travel, whenever I travel, I always take my art supplies with me. And so I have some small ones, small acrylic. So whatever you have is great. So let's get going. Let's start. I hope you have a wonderful day today and that you're feeling excited about September. So I'm gonna start with drawing out my mushrooms. So I'm just gonna move everything over a little bit. You can see, I'll leave that up here a little bit. So we don't have to make this exactly the same as that. Everything is a little bit up to you, so you can change things, you can draw things. I'm thinking I want to do blue mushrooms this time, so I'm going to use blue to start with. And this is watercolor paper. It's just a heavier cardstock paper, so you can actually put water on it. Okay, so we're going to start with maybe, I'm going to do 3 again as well. I kind of like the way it looks, but I'll do different ones. Maybe we'll do one little guy, little red guy at the front. And then I'm just going to leave maybe a little bit of brown here. There we go. So there we got 4 little mushrooms. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with this one, I really was just really easygoing. I don't have any like rhyme or reason. I just kind of put whatever I wanted back there. So we're going to fill in the mushrooms, and then we're going to do some background, and then we're going to use the Fine Art Illustrator pen to kind of add in some of those smaller details. So this is where you can kind of go wild. You can do whatever you like here. And here we go. So I'm going to take my blue, and I'm actually going to just fill this whole thing in because I don't really need to leave it all blank. So I'm going to fill it all in. And for the white dots on top, I'm just going to put in that with the acrylic paint afterwards. So here we go. I'm just going to fill it all in. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to use the watercolor. These are watercolor pencil crayons. So these are awesome because they blend afterwards. So you'll see, I'll show you right away. I don't have to make it perfect at all. I've always loved like fairy tales, and my family, we grew up very entrenched in fairy tales and stories and princesses and dragons and witches, and so it just carried with me. So I'm gonna grab sort of a medium brush. I just bought myself some new brushes actually for my birthday, so I'm gonna use a brush like that, and then maybe for the background I'll use a bigger one. This is my old brush. I really like that brush. I'm going to use that one too. And I've got a rag here. You can use any old rag that you've got, and water. So I'm just going to I'm going to do this first before I work on the background because I want this to dry. So I'm just going to blend it in. You can see how it just blends in. It's just water I'm putting on top. Go. There's that. I painted this original painting up in Sointula. We have an uncle who lives there, and he has a really beautiful property, and there was already mushrooms out. I always take my art supplies with me when I travel. Sometimes I never ever touch them, but I always have them with me. So this is my travel pack of stuff, my personal stuff. There we go. For the background, this one is it's got lots of green in it. I'm going to avoid the green. I think I'm going to put some like oranges and some fall colors in here just to kind of give us that fall vibe because it's September 1st, and I know it's not the end of summer quite yet, but it's always nice to get inspired by the different seasons and explore the colors so that you have. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm just going to add in some oranges. These are still my watercolor pencil crayons. There we go. There we go. There we are. And then maybe some greens. and some yellow. Oh, that's a yellow. And right now we're not even worrying about anything, the way it goes. We're just putting it in. We just want to cover the white. And then we're gonna take our bigger guy. We're gonna dab it in the water, and same thing. We're gonna go over it here. See, so it blends in. And if you don't have the watercolor markers, you can also use acrylic for this next step. So either or both, whatever you like. You can already feel the change in the air around here where we are. It's already, the other morning I went out to garden and I was like, oh my gosh, it's cold out. It was only 12 degrees. I just want to get everything covered and blended in, and I'm not really worrying about any of the details right now. I just want to get that background layer in and covered and blended. There you go. Now I'm gonna take probably a little bit of my acrylic paint. So I'm gonna start with the blue because I wanted to do blue mushrooms this time. So I'm gonna take this blue, but whatever blue you have is fine. I'm not gonna use very much. And I'm gonna take a darker blue. So if you don't have a darker blue, you can also just use a black and add a little bit of black to the blue. So I've got two colors here, and then I'm just gonna take this guy and blend a little bit so it's a little bit darker. And then I'm just gonna fill it in so it pops out. Just filling it all in. And again, right now it doesn't really matter if it's even or anything. We just want to get those colors in, so that they pop out a little bit more. The watercolor pencil is really nice, but it's very light, you can see. So when you start to add in other mediums, other acrylics, or the watercolor pencil markers, I mean, you'll see that the colors will be much more vibrant. A little bit the other color here, so it's a bit darker.
What's this? It's your car invention, huh? It's your car.
There we go.
I've been saying that for years.
Earn with Aeroplan and you can fly from as little as 6,000 points.
Just gonna fill that in. And this is gonna dry pretty quick. It's on paper, so it's not gonna take too long to dry. I can already see it's drying, which is good. There we go. And if you're here, let us know where you're streaming from in the comments. I always love to know where people are streaming from. It's cool, the internet now. We can connect and from all over the world and teach all over the world. It's so awesome. And learn from all over the world. I'm taking a whole bunch of classes right now too. I'm doing a couple with Amanda Francis is one, and I'm looking for my black because I'm going to do some shading right away. So this looks like black. Yep. I'm just going to take my black, just add a little bit to my palette there. I'm just going to go around the edges here a little bit. Give it a bit of a shadow, you see? So it's popping out a bit. There we go. Just using a bit of a dry brush to kind of blend it in, and then I can go over it if I want to. Good, and I'll let that dry, and then I'm going to work on the background a little bit. So I'm going to do more of like a fall color palette. So instead of doing so much green in the background, I'm going to do more yellows and oranges and browns. Get into that fall vibe. So these are the ones that I'm using. You can use whatever you have, doesn't matter. You can change your colors. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. That's the cool part about art, is that everybody's can do it different, and we're not all the same, so everyone's just going to turn out a bit different, especially if you have different supplies. Obviously we all don't have the same supplies, so don't worry if you don't have exactly what I have. It's totally fine. Use what you got. And I'm going to put some acrylic in here too, so I'm just going to add in, maybe start with some reds. And I don't want to cover up everything that I've done from before, but I'm just going to add in more here. To be honest, I just got these. I'm going to put this here, just so it doesn't get all over the tablecloth. Just lift it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can leave it like kind of clumpy if you want. It'll just give it that added texture, which is like a nice bonus. then I'm gonna start taking my orange. So I'm gonna add some oranges in here and get on top of here. And this is just like really free flowing, so you don't have to, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just kind of putting it where you feel like it. And then I'm going to do my yellow. It's going to blend a little bit with the other colors there, you can see, so that's fine. Kind of see some of that watercolor pencil underneath too, so I kind of want to leave that. I don't want to cover it up too much because I like that, what it looks like right now. I also put out some browns. I'm going to do some browns in here as well. Just give it a little bit of that darkness in the back because we are heading into fall already, which is so nice. So cool. Maybe put some here. You can kind of play around with the brush strokes here too if you want. Yeah, I think that's it for me. I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit, and I'm gonna work on the other part. So let that dry a bit, and then I'm gonna do a little bit more blue on the mushroom. A little bit more blue on the mushroom, give it a little bit more depth. And if you want, you can also add some highlights. So we like to make things look like they're 3D. So I'm gonna use white. This is my paint from Poland, actually. I bought it in Wrocław, where I spend a good portion of my year. So my family's there. So I'm gonna add a little bit to this blue and then just add a bit of highlights. Drying it off here and then kind of going back over it. So the lighter you push, the more blend you'll get. So if you're not pushing too hard, you'll get more blending. But if you push hard, you'll see it will go on really thick. You know?
Live stream September 7th, only on YouTube.
Cute. If you want to blend anything, you can kind of take your brush and just a little bit of water and it'll help you. I feel like I want to put something growing here in blue. So I'm just going to put a little guy in here. And maybe some leaves like this. Just turning my brush. Maybe one up here. Since I already have my white, I'm actually going to take the back of my paintbrush and I'm just going to dip it in. And then I'm just going to add some polka dots. So cute, right? Pretty easy too to do. I feel like a little fairy could pop out of here. And I didn't do anything with that red one, and that's okay. I can show you how to do a little bit with the marker once these dry. The watercolor markers. They're pretty awesome to use and easy and very vibrant as well. There. So cute. Now, I'm going to show you my watercolor markers. So these are okay, so these are from Tombow. So these are the ones that I use. And they're double-sided. So they've got one longer kind of fine tip, kind of like a brush. And then they've got another end, so they've got a shorter little guy. So for details and stuff, you can use either one. And these are cool because they blend. So let me just show you. I'm going to try to avoid touching this because there's white, right? So now what you can do is take your smaller brush, just give it a little bit of a dab in the water, and you can blend this so that it looks like it's shaded. See? So cool. I love these markers. And then you can do that anywhere you want as well. So, oops, I missed one guy here, so I'm gonna do this guy here. And then just dab it a little bit to give it that shaded look. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a little bit of black in certain areas just to kind of make things pop out. So I feel like here would be a good area to fill in. To make these guys pop out a little bit more. And again, you can just take your brush, and then if you want to carry it out anywhere, you can. This is just residue from this guy here on my brush. And what I like about fall is that it's like a nice time. I've been teaching since forever, and fall for me has always been like a nice time to like get aligned with what I want, to see for the last 4 months of the year, get ready for the holidays. I love the holidays. Halloween and then Christmas are the funnest when you own 2 art studios, because you get to do all sorts of crafts and decorating. And I love. If you want to blend these, you can, but watch what happens if they get pretty big. So they get pretty blurred, and that's okay. It's kind of abstract-y, right? You can kind of play around with it. And I'm super excited because this fall we're starting to do a online digital membership. So I showed you guys at the very beginning, and that is super exciting because we get to help more people around the world get creative. And I really believe that being creative is super important, not just for yourself to take some time for yourself and relax, but also for your mental health, right? Like slowing down and just like observing the colors and just thinking about what fall or whatever season has to offer, and just like what you can do with your hands is so healthy. I'm just kind of going around these guys. It's still wet here, so I'm not even worried about like actually tracing these guys. And then I want to make this a little bit more pronounced, so I'm just going to go in a little bit here. This guy, this guy, and this guy. And on my original one that I used here, I did actually go around with the fine artist brushes, or sorry, pens. So this is a artist pen fine liner. This is from Faber & Castell. These are really great. I love this brand. It's super easy to work with. They got really high quality stuff. They're made in Germany. So my mushrooms, I know they're probably going to be dry, so I'm just going to go around the mushrooms, just a fine line, and then it will just help them pop out a little bit more. And it's okay if they're not perfect, or if you go around into the other color, that's okay too. It's not supposed to be a realistic piece, right? We're just kind of playing around today, getting back into the swing of fall and signing up for all of our classes that we're taking. We are getting 100 new students this semester for our after school program. We're booking all of our group classes, and we have some new teachers who are leading some new workshops this semester, so we're super excited. And we're so excited to be doing the online classes and the online courses. I have 2 things coming up. So like I said, the membership is happening, and that is starting today. So for those of you who have signed up, you'll get an email with a login link. And now I'm just going to go over and see if I can add some designs. So anywhere that's dry, I'm just going to add in some funky little lines. So if you've signed up to be a member for the online membership, you get it for $12.50 a month for a whole year. You'll get all 5 of those if you want to turn your piece and to make it easier, you can do that. You get 5 lessons, 2 digital videos, 10 coloring sheets, and a VIP access to like a members only area. So watch your inbox today. If you want to sign up for that, I'll put the link down below in this video. You can sign up. It's cheaper than 2 coffees a month, and you'll get a video tutorial like this every month, 2 of them. You'll get 2 step-by-step lesson plans, and then you'll also get 10 coloring sheets every single month. So for less than 2 coffees, you can tap into your creativity, get relaxed. If you're a teacher, you're welcome to use our lessons in your classes, or if you're homeschooling, or maybe you just have kids and you want them to get creative instead of playing on the screens, this is a nice way to do the lessons and do some art and not have to plan. One of the things that I notice for parents is like, oh, I don't know what to do, I need to plan, it's so much work to plan. So our lesson plans are all tested in the studio. So we have 100 after school students every year. Over the summer we had 700 art students come through. So all of the lessons that we give you in the membership have been tested and tried with our own students, and they're geared to make them simple so that school age kids can do them. But if you are a beginner artist, or even if you're an advanced, you can do this as well. You can do the lessons as well without feeling too much pressure. You can add, there's advanced options in the notes as well, so you can add some things in there too to make it a little bit more advanced, right? If I was teaching this, for example, to some primary students, I would just probably do the mushrooms and not all the details in the background, right? So you can kind of tailor our curriculum the same if you're using it to teach others, or if you're just a beginner, right? Or if you're using it just to teach kids, right? You don't want to have to overwhelm them. So there's that. And then if you have anything else that you want to add to here, this would be the good time. This would be a good time to add. I did lots of little details on here. So little details here, little details here. I did some details on the leaves, that kind of thing. But it's up to you guys, whatever you want to do here. And that's it. So there's our finished piece. You remember to sign it somewhere. I'm going to put my name. I always put my name on the bottom left or the bottom right. So I'm going to put my name here. And if you do this piece, I'm going to leave up this video for a while. So you can do this and then send us the link, and you'll be entered to win, or send us a picture of it. You'll be entered to win a nice set of some digital resources that you can use this fall or spring or winter or whatever. So just post the picture right underneath the comment, or you can send it to us at mabartstudio@gmail.com. And once again, if you want to sign up for our digital membership, we have, these are the things that are included. So it's 5 step-by-step lessons, 2 video tutorials, 10 coloring sheets, private members group, bonuses, contests and giveaways. So we do that kind of stuff in the group. And I'm extending this for 1 more day. So for a whole year, you'll get this for $12.50 every month. That's it. It's cheaper than 2 cups of coffee. And you'll get lots more out of it than coffee. One of the cool things we're doing in the upcoming session, I'm just going to show you what we're doing soon, is we're starting our back to school program really quickly here, actually next week. And one of the things we're doing is we're going to do bookmarks. So this one is going to be a bookmark of a cat, and I haven't finished the back. So after I finish with you guys, I'm going to do the back. So it'll be a front and back. And this one is like a my self-portrait for kids. And this one is maybe my self-portrait when I'm older, right? So we've got lots of cool, funky activities like this. We also do DIY kits and all kinds of cool stuff. I'll show you some of the DIY kits we have right now. And I'll show you our student art calendar from last year. So here are some of our DIY kits that we have right now. If you can't come in person and you're not interested in digital membership, but you have some creative people in your family, we do have these DIY kits. So these are like ready to go. Monster magnet kit. Everything you need is in here to make a monster magnet. Everything you need to make a magical gnome ornament is in here for Christmas. We have gnome doors, so everything is in here. You can make a gnome door. We also have lanterns. These are pretty popular. Fairy lantern, so all you need is a jar, but everything else is in here. We have a fairy lantern, and all you need is a jar, and that's in there. We have a lily pad, so you can make your own lily pad. We also have little mini hats. These are so cute and so popular. You've got all the yarn, and this one actually has a video tutorial that goes with it on our YouTube channel, so you can just go there. So those are around, so please think of us if you're thinking of sending something to someone for the holidays, or if you just want to send someone a little like pick-me-up. I'm going to show you a little bit from our student art calendar, some of the stuff that we did over last year from our program. So if you haven't come to our studio or you aren't familiar with us, here are some of the projects that we did last year. So this is our 2022, 2023 school year. So these are the kids that we worked with over the school. So this is kind of like what you might expect in your art tutorials in terms of painting. So this one was a European street. This is kind of inspired by where I'm from in Wrocław. Here's killer whale. These are all kids 5 till 8 years old. So a lot of the projects that you'll get in your membership are easy to do like this. This is a chicken. This was like a mixed media, 2-part collage type thing. I have chickens, so I love talking to the kids about chickens. Oh, it's a Picasso pot. So we made these faces and then we glued them to paintbrushes and stuck them in a pot. That was pretty fun. And then we actually planted a little seed. May, this was a lavender with bees. June was a butterfly. This was a mixed media butterfly. So we hung these all over the walls. This is a great display. July, this was a water color. This was from our summer camp. It was Under the Sea summer camp theme last year. So we did Under the Sea. There's a little mermaid and a Nemo you can see, and they did octopus, and they kind of got creative with their own. This one is a seal. This was sunflower. So we often use inspiration, sort of like what we did today with what we see in nature, and then we paint. So that's a great thing. We'll do that a lot in our video tutorials that we send out on our membership. This was a Yayoi Kusama inspired piece. These are pumpkins that we did with the Yayoi Kusama. She's a Japanese artist. She's done really well. I think she's in her 90s or late 80s, but she's done like collaborations with Louis Vuitton and super amazing. This was a owl, and then we did the moon, and then we did a mixed media bird on it first. So we did the bird, yarn bird, and then we glued it with a stick and some fall foliage, some faux foliage on top of the painting. So it was like a cool mixed media. This was a gnome. This is my magical gnome. If you know me, you know that I've written a children's story and we have manufactured a toy. I'm going to show you guys. So I often teach this book and the toy. We use it a lot in our classes, especially for camp. So this is the book that this is based on. We have lots of illustrations in here. The whole story is 10 chapters. There's lots and lots in there. You can order this at mymagicalgnome.com, and there's a little toy that goes with it, so you can see some of the kids, they drew the little toy. And that's the end. So that's a little bit about us. And again, if you want to get into the membership, we are starting it right away. So the first group of people who have signed up already get the 50% off. This ends today. So if you want to get into the membership, make sure you go to the website, mabartstudio.com/membership, and there's a form that you need to fill in, and today you'll get your first round of lesson plans, video tutorials, coloring sheets, and access to the members group. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you love your your blue mushrooms. Those are super fun. And if you finish this piece today, be sure to send it in because you'll be entered to win a few bonus offers and some prizes today too. So I was like giving things away and rewarding people for being creative and taking the time to step out of their day and be here with us. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Today is Sunday in Canada and tomorrow we have a holiday. So there's lots of prep around the studios for us. We're doing so much new things and so many new programs, new students. We have our second location now. So we have 2 studios with a ton of kids coming and also lots of new workshops for adults. But if you can't be here, remember, we're always going to be online and we always have this membership up for you. In October, one last thing, in October, we're starting an 8-week course. So this course is for adults only. And there'll be 8 weeks of learning how to do different fall and winter inspired pieces of art, and then also actually teaching you how to put this stuff up for sale and how to brand it, how to package it, as well as how to put it onto merchandise that you can sell. So we help you with all of that. And that registration is open as well. I'll put it all in the link on this video and I hope to see you guys there. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.